good morning, and welcome to Jumpstart with Javon, where we read personal development books aloud so that you can jumpstart your day. We are reading from Don't Sweat the Small Stuff because it's all small stuff, baby. When you think about it, why you sweating it, okay? Don't break a sweat because it's not going to matter 10 days from now. It ain't even going to matter a month from now. Matter of fact, it ain't gonna matter a year from now, so why you sweating it? These are constant reminders that I have to tell myself, and since I'm telling myself, I thought I'd encourage you along the way to tell yourself you came here because you want to get jump started, baby. You want the vroom vroom to happen. Well, I'm so glad that you are here. A couple of weeks ago, I came across a young baby, had to been under the age of 1, okay? And when I walked past this little girl, she just smiled. Oh my God, her smile and her eye contact with me just brightened my day. And so much so that I had to come back and get seconds because that child gave me so much energy. I didn't even know that I needed energy at that moment, but when she smiled at me, and she looked at me, it was kind of like, "Hey girl, how you doing?" That's what I said in my head. But that's the type of smile that she gave me. And I told her mother, I said, "OMG, your daughter just gave me the best smile, the best welcome, the best energy." And I appreciate that. And I had to let her mother know. And I let the little girl know too, even though she probably did understand me, but I just had to let her know. And so I want to talk about from this book today. Today we're going to read an excerpt about that interaction between that little girl and I. And simply what she did was she smiled at a stranger. She looked into their eyes and she said hello. Now, although she did not verbally say hello, but when she smiled at me, it said, "Hey girl, how you doing?" So without further ado, have you ever noticed or thought about how little eye contact most of us have with strangers? Why? Are we afraid of them? What keeps us from opening our hearts to people we don't know? I don't really know the answers to these questions, right? And neither do I. I don't know the answers to these questions, but I do know that there is virtually always a parallel between our attitude towards strangers and our overall level of happiness. In other words, it's unusual to find a person who walks around with their head down low, okay? Just hanging, okay? Frowning and looking away from people who is secretly a peaceful, joyful person. You just ain't gonna find it. If you are a peaceful, joyful person, people are going to see that. People are going to be able to tell that that resides on the inside of you. The writer goes to write, "I'm not suggesting it's better to be outgoing and introverted than introverted, that you need to expend tons of energy trying to brighten other people's day, or that you should pretend to be friendly." We are not talking about any of that. The writer says, "I am suggesting, however, that if you think of strangers as being a little bit more like you and treat them not only with kindness and respect, but with smiles and eye contact as well, you'll probably notice some pretty nice changes within yourself." Let me tell you, this absolutely does work, okay? Because sometimes we have on that resting face. You know the resting face. Yeah, everybody got one. But it actually does work. One time, many years ago, I was heading into work, and I decided, look up, Javon, look up and just smile at the people. Let's see what type of response you're gonna get. And let me tell you, it does work. And it's like you sending out like these invisible positive rays, okay? Just by looking up and looking somebody in the eye and smiling at them, you could brighten their day, okay? They could have been down here, okay? But when you look at them in the eye, they coming on up, baby. They getting this out of that elevator and they going to the top floor just because you decided to look at them in the eye and smile and say something small like, "Hello, how you doing? Hey, I want to try right now. Hey, how you doing? Hi, those of you who are watching me, how are you doing?" You see my eyes? They're smiling at you, okay? And I hope that you have a flipping phenomenal day. So I want you to try that. You'll begin, the writer writes, to see that most people are just like you. Most of them have families, they have people that they love, they have troubles, they have concerns, they have likes, they have dislikes, they have fears, and so forth. We are more alike than we like to think that we are not, okay? You'll notice, you'll also notice how nice and grateful people can be when you're the first one to reach out. I want you to try it. Try it today, okay? If you normally have a mean mug on your face, if you have that resting face all the time, switch it up, okay? Smile with your eyes and just say hello. You never know, you may brighten somebody's day. Somebody could have been on the verge of jumping off the ledge, and just because you looked at them with your eyes intentionally and you smiled at them and you said hello, maybe you've just given them a little hope. We never know what each other is going through, but that's the least that we could do to do our part in the world and making the world a better place. When you see how similar we are, you'll begin to see the innocence in all of us. In other words, even though we often mess up because we are human, we will definitely mess up. Every day we messing up. But most of us are doing the best with what we know how with the circumstances that surround us. Now, this is in your control, okay? This is definitely in your wheelhouse to do. Just pick your head up, okay? Look somebody in the eye, smile, and say hello. And you will never know what that will do for them today. Along with seeing the innocence in people comes a profound feeling of inner happiness. See, this is how you tap into happiness. Happiness comes from the inside of you. I'm going to keep shouting that. Nobody else can make you happy. You want to be happy. You are in control of the happiness wheel. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, if you want to create happiness for yourself, look up, smile, say hello, and brighten somebody's day. Well, this has been Jumpstart with Javon. I am reading Don't Sweat the Small Stuff because it's all small stuff. This is by Richard Carlson. And if you do not have this book, I'm going to encourage you to get this book because we be out here tripping. We be tripping over the little things, and you don't need to trip over the little things. You just need to pick and choose your battles wisely, which is a chapter in this book, okay? And I did a video reading that chapter. So I want you to go ahead and get this book. Well, this has been Jumpstart with Javon. You come here in the morning because you want to hear me read aloud while you get your day jump started, baby. That's what I'm here for, okay? I'm here to plug into you, okay? Get your vroom, okay? And if you like it, come back. Bring a friend, okay? Just if you can't watch me, just put me on. Just put the phone down and just listen to me, child, okay? Well, that's all I got for you. Y'all come back tomorrow. I'll be here same time, same place. Y'all throw those X's up when you see me, and I'm out.